It is June 11th, 2025. The time is 4:22. Thanks for being here, everybody. I hope you're doing well. Let me catch you up to what we got going on. Oh, I didn't even get a card for that. Alrighty then. Wrap these down so I can tell you about it. All right. In the central energy, we've got 10 of Cups, love. So we've got divine, blissful union. But you have a double energy, a double codependent, toxic energy here trying to cast illusions. And they want forgiveness for messing with the mind. For messing with the mind of society or whatever. Messing with your mind. We've got this in the challenge position for this double. We've got the sun is delivering the law of cause and effect. There is a rebirth happening here. We've got the high priestess here, divinely connected, high moral, high value, sacred wisdom. And this double no longer has a soul contract with these energies. These energies that are here for the higher good. This relationship. These two that are together here in this divine union. We've got the hermit here shining a light on the illusions that this devil is trying to cast. They could be in fear about that because it's bringing a victory to divine love. The illusions are seen. The victory may be, it may not have been announced yet in the 3D. We got some stuff here going on. There's been a battle in the unseen realms, and you can see it was lost. It was won by love, by divine union, by the strength of these power couples. But it hasn't been announced yet. Patience, everything happens in divine order. In the recent past, you've got the strength of two together here. Lovers. They're got the Four of Swords, so they're relaxing, making plans for the future, and it's a new love. Ace of Cups, it's full of love, emotional fulfillment. We've got this Jezebel here who's feeling brokenhearted and shattered about it. Okay, because this is a rival to the high priestess who's been restricted. They may have been imprisoned. They are having a nightmare. They might not be able to sleep. There could be some stuff going on with their mind. They are stressed out and hopeless over the control that this emperor has. The emperor could be this sun here. Whoever this energy is, they did not appreciate beauty. They don't offer any beauty to anything, and they have to accept the things that they cannot change. Again, we have the emperor here in the near future. And we've got folks out here in a Two of Swords reverse. They're confused about this. And they just can't let it go. They have a fear of abandonment. These people, these devilish energies, they have a fear of abandonment. So they don't want to let it go. They won't stop fighting with this emperor. And they're getting reciprocity. Everything that they put out into this world is what's coming back on them. They're having problems. They're having nightmares and stuff. Why? Because they did not get the Nine of Pentacles. They've been living beyond their means, and they were not able to get a soul contract with this high priestess. So their role that they have been enjoying has come to an end. They're obsessed, and they're also in the Eight of Cups, disappointment. They have to walk away. We've got an Empress reversed, reflection here. Emptiness. You know, this is she's codependent. She's not very nice at all. She's a reflection. Whoever is portraying themselves as this Empress could be an Agent Smith, and whoever is in that body, I don't believe belongs there. They need to surrender their need to control. This is somebody who took over perhaps a high priestess empress role in a previous conflict. We have the Knight of Cups. Mr. Romance is here in the environment. And we've got Queen of Cups, Queen of Pentacles. Emotionally stable, financially sound. And she had to let stuff go. She had to let these ones go. She's like, she had to let these devilish, codependent, toxic people go. Judgment is being called on them. She's no longer in a contract with them. She has let them go. The wheel has turned here. In the hopes and fears, we've got the Ten of Wands in the reverse. You were doing it all. You're releasing that burden. And temperance energy is restored here. Balance is restored for commitments, for these commitments. And it could be that balance has been restored for your commitment to see the lighter side of things. You did not go south node, and you stayed there. In the outgoing energy, we have 2 stars. So you've got the sun and 2 stars here. So there's rejuvenation, revitalization, a healing. You have a King of Pentacles here. So he's a wealthy businessman, a successful provider, and he's moving on from the trauma. There's relief here, because this third party business is getting held back. So it could be that this King of Pentacles, has been a target of these third party little Jezebels, and maybe he's relieved now because they're being held back. Maybe he's having something to do with that. And we've got gratitude here. Thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. On the bottoms of the decks thus far, we have a release. So there's the Hanged Man here. You're letting this crap go. You've been reconciled. The High Priestess, Emperor, Sun, Stars, Lovers, Divine Love has been reconciled. And this is an end. This is death. Your faith has been tested. You were resilient in holding your boundaries with the 9 of Wands here. And these ones are in regret. 5 of Cups, regret. They're suffering a loss, and they're getting disconnected from that which you have worked hard for. Your 7 of Pentacles. They're getting disconnected from it. So you have control over the foundation here, and it's based in truth. You've got clear boundaries here with the Queen of Swords energy. Somebody is trying to defend their beliefs, to think fast. They're in a nightmare. So again, we've got 9 of Swords, nightmare. They don't know what to do. This Emperor is all over the place with new beginnings, new innocent beginnings. No devious misbehaviors or trying to get one over on somebody and be them or whatever. And there's a celebration here. And again, we've got the 4 of Swords. So you're relaxed and you're planning for the future. There is an overseas opportunity. Perhaps this could have expanded. Or there's a long-term view from people across the world. It could be that there has been an enterprise, that there is a like mind in this scenario. We've got 2 emperors here. It could be 2 emperors, or it could be the same one. Take it as it resonates, okay? Those who are trying to defend their beliefs, those who are driven to succeed, they're experiencing a 5 of Pentacles loss. They are destitute. They've been living beyond their means. They've been taking the money that belongs to relationships that serve the higher good and then burying, like the High Priestess. This person took that High Priestess's place, but they couldn't do it this time. King of Cups is here with a big old love cup. So this is another Ace of Cups. We've got 2 Aces of Cups, and we've got the King of Cups here, Queen of Cups there, and there's a victory for the lovers. a victory for divine love. You're letting go of this scenario, this bullpucky. So they're in a Ten of Wands energy. This devil is. They're feeling overwhelmed right now. I believe that this fight has already happened in the astral, and it has already been won. This victory here that is secret. It'll be announced in divine timing. But this devil is heavily burdened right now. They don't want to stop. They have a fear of abandonment. They're not self-sufficient at all. They're a thief, and they're feeling trapped because of your enthusiasm for this new beginning and the research that you're doing on people before they come in. Now this devil is casting an illusion over the mental body, hoping that they're getting forgiveness. But the Hermit is here shining a light on that illusion with the Moon card, and you're going to get a victory over that. And those who have been teaming up and working against you, there's judgment here and death. This is over. They cannot bring you conflict anymore. Four of Cups, disconnection. They're getting disconnected from your Nine of Cups. The High Priestess is in balance, juggling multiple priorities with the Two of Pentacles here. And you got everybody in love. The Knight of Cups is in love. The Page of Cups is in love. Page of Pentacles wants to come and work. They might be remembering what it's like to be in joy. But it looks like there's a defeat here for the abuse. They were trying to abuse somebody, and the Queen of Swords is being protective, and also the Queen of Wands. Oh, these people are in a nightmare. They're in a nightmare over your healing. Oh, the Five of Wands, they are in chaos. These people are in freaking chaos right now, right? Chaos over the work that you are doing here with the Eight of Pentacles, and that's causing them a tower. It's causing them a tower. They're in a tower because the lovers are together, and they're in a six, and they're sharing with the community. Justice is occurring. The law of cause and effect. What you put out is what you get back. And these ones have been being very deceitful. This Empress was daydreaming about being this High Priestess, and they sabotaged themselves chasing after the destiny of this person. They're reminiscing about the inside jokes. Oh, I'll give you a flower and sex you up and then leave you there in the dark all by yourself, holding on to that, crying in your little spilt milk or whatever. The truth is revealed that you are, the way you love is irreplaceable. Nobody can match you, and it's too late for them to take any action against it. Those who were involved in a passion project or sexing people up for profit have been found guilty. You've got your freedom from this because you trusted the inner voice. You gave up the reins. You gave up the need to know all the answers, and you allowed the divine to lead you, to guide you, which leads these ones into grief because they have failed. Denial. Denial. They're in denial that you and your friends are here. You know what you're here to do. You're in your purpose, standing against this adversity. Persevering against prideful people. Why? Because you released all the need to know all the answers when you were in doubt. You allowed the divine to lead you, and now these ones are carrying doubt. They don't know what to do because you are courageous, you are loving, and you are balanced. It's being restored. Relationships that serve the higher good are successful here. So you know that there's no greater goal than to love. You want to expand your consciousness and awareness, and you have gifts of the soul that benefit you and others, and you're sharing them as they were meant to be. And this is over. This is over. Those who are guilty of moving against you and the services that you provide, of trying to stop you from being of service in this world, from owning a business, from helping people, from sharing your story or whatever, it's over. And they're in regret, and they're worried, and they're alone. Or maybe they're in regret and they're worried because you're never alone, even though it looks like you are. You've got abundant health coming to you. You are a star. You got double star here. It could be that either both of these people or everybody's a star. We got a sun, a star, and a star. A high priestess. Emperor is out here twice. Divine love and the lovers. And a victory, 6 of Wands victory. This reflection has to surrender the need to control. And because I didn't pull one for the near future on this, let me get one. So let me get one of these here. For the emperors here, people don't know what to do. They're confused over this emperor. They don't want to let go. They want to see what's going on. Is this emperor and this high priestess and all of these stars and the suns, they've got a victory in the astral realm already. They've won the fight. It's a secret. It hasn't been announced yet, but it will be in divine timing. You've got this devilish energy that's casting illusions still. They don't want to let go. They're trying to portray themselves as this emperor or as an emperor. But the problem with that is that they're a controlling tyrant, and they're trying to dominate people, places, and things. They're not an actual emperor. They don't want to let go. And they're receiving what they put out there. They're having a nightmare. It could be that they're having some stuff going on in their mental body. Whatever they did to this high priestess in the mental body, they want forgiveness for it, or maybe for the emperor as well. Take it as it resonates. Or maybe it's just society in general. The way that they've been playing with the mental body of society in general. They're being charged. And they're trying to cast an illusion. They're trying to do something with the mind. They're trying to get people to forgive them in the mind. Oh, death came out. Reciprocity, man, is bringing about death. They're stubborn. They cannot let it go. There's death here. They're going to be forced to let it go. The law of cause and effect. They went too far. They're in fear. They have to accept responsibility for what they've been doing. They were trying to blame others, but they were not able to get a contract with this high priestess, and so they don't have the divine connection. They can't create the illusion. There's still some unseen out there that are very much doing everything that they've been doing for as long as I've been consciously aware of them over the last 22 years, and that is to dominate others from the shadows with their illusions. So we've got the 10 of Cups here, divine, blissful love. There's a devil here trying to cast illusions, trying to be deceptive. They want forgiveness, and they might be doing something with the mind, or they want forgiveness for messing with the mind. There was something about society and the people and what you've been doing to it. Yeah, he's out of ideas. We've got ideas in the reverse. There's no halo around this devil. There's no solar plexus energy. They don't have any ideas because they're disconnected from the high priestess. They don't have the divine information. They're no longer connected to the mind of this high priestess. They were not able to get a soul contract, or they've lost a soul contract. But the sun is here, delivering the law of cause and effect. Yeah, they're separated. They're separated out of this high priestess energy, out of the sun. There's a rebirth for her. There's in this divine love, and there's lovers here. So somebody's already here. In love. Ace of Cups, love. So there's some research with the Hermit card going on regarding these illusions, and you're going to have a victory over it. This is a secret victory. Everything will be announced in divine order. And it could be that we've got some collaboration here. Everything's coming into alignment. The lovers are here. The strength of two together, making plans for the future. With about love. This is new love. And somebody, this is a Jezebel here, feeling broken about this situation. She's shattered because you're stable. Because this high priestess is stable. So this rival is restricted, maybe imprisoned even, and having nightmares. They can't sleep. They're in despair. They could be, the other day they were talking about somebody being heavily sedated. And they were also talking about haunted, their house is haunted. They didn't appreciate the beauty. They didn't appreciate the people that actually cared about them. They wanted to live in a world of violence, a world of betrayal. And they have to accept the things that they cannot change. There's confinement here. Yep, confinement. So we've got the Nine of Swords. This could be a mental prison and an actual Eight of Swords prison. They've got Eight of Swords, Nine of Swords, and confinement. Whoever these that were bringing conflict against divine love and against the faithful unions, they don't know what to do. They're worried about it. They moved against somebody who had high morals, high values, has earned a lot of merit. They came up against this person and tried to take their reward. And this person has triumphed. Why? Because they maintained their temperance energy, their inner peace. They refused to go militant. They refused, this high priestess, divine mother figure, refused to go militant. She's like, I'm not fighting here. And you know who did? The emperor came, the sun came, the stars came, the kings came. And you've got your inner peace here. You triumphed because you kept yourself calm. And it caused these ones to lose out on your blessing. They want to compromise now. They're in danger. They're in danger for mind reading, for strategizing within the field of collective awareness. This whole network is being cast away, and they are protesting because justice is being served. So they're protesting. They refuse to let it go. They have a fear of abandonment. They're codependent as all get up. They can't support themselves or take care of themselves. They're just cruel. And now, what everybody has lived and learned, or maybe it's time for them to go receive some lessons. For me, over the last 20 years, I would hear these misogynists, she needs to learn her lesson. And I'm like, well, I think maybe it's time for them to go learn a lesson now. And they're wanting to apologize about it because they're on overload. They're overwhelmed by what you have already persevered through. Wild, man. Well, I went off on that one, didn't I? So in the near future, we've got the Emperor here, and these ones are confused. They don't know what to do. They're having indecision. They cannot let it go. Eight of Cups reversed. They have a fear of abandonment. They're getting what they gave, and that's death. It could be a literal death. Bully. The bully is embarrassed. There could be an end to bullying people for profit, for good times, for a laugh. These ones were living beyond their means, deceptively. They're in the Eight of Cups, abandonment. You're walking away from them. They're disappointed. This Empress reversed is a reflection. Whoever she's portraying herself to be isn't the actual one that's supposed to be. She's wearing a persona, and she needs to surrender her need to control anything at all. We've got history here, memories. She needs to surrender the reunion of divine love. She needs to surrender because of the history that she's been going through. We've got Mr. Romance here, Knight in Shining Armor. There could be a love offer coming in for the Queen of Cups, who is emotionally stable. She's Queen of Pentacles energy. She's financially doing okay, and she's detaching from all of this devil codependent stuff, and they're under judgment. They've reached the top of that mountain. They've graduated. Or maybe they're going on an adventure now. The wheel has turned. You're releasing that burden. The temperance energy is being restored for commitments who look at the lighter side of life. It's a good thing. People are happy about it. And we've got natural disaster here. Somebody's experiencing a natural disaster because you're in balance. We've got Star, King of Pentacles, in the King of Six of Swords energy. You're in the boat. You're transitioning out of here. You're leaving the baggage behind. Third wheel enemy is being held back, and you're very grateful for that. Third wheel enemy is being held back, and they're frightened. They're very much codependent on you, and maybe they're being held back. You're holding back your gratitude. Maybe you're not grateful for this third party enemy. They're afraid because they fell into a trap. A trap of mental disturbance, supernatural disturbance. Their house is haunted, their mind is haunted, they're afraid, they're under sedation. They were trying to come for a high value person and what comes with being a high value person, and they did so with magic. They were trying to do magic over your money, over your family, over eternal love. They were tempted and fought with you, but you stayed peaceful even through the nightmare. You remained relaxed, and you held it together. It could be that you were guided by that inner voice coaching you which way to go, how to do it, what to eat, what to drink, what not to eat. Spiritual baths, all this other stuff, right? So you persevered because the divine led you through it. Now these ones want to apologize because they're overwhelmed by this load that they have to learn, and justice is that it's their time to go through the lesson. They're protesting being cast away. So it's their turn to go through the lesson. They're mad. In the 3D, somebody's scrambling, trying to portray themselves as this emperor, but they're not this emperor. They've been living beyond their means here, and they're a devil, and an empress reversed. We've got death for this bully. I don't know that they're going to be around much longer. I think that, you know, this victory that's already played out in the spirit, I think is going to probably play out in the 3D. It's probably going to happen very swiftly, and then it will be announced. Death to the bully, or death to the opportunity to continue doing this. Their cup is empty. They're out of ideas. They don't have the halo. They don't have a contract with the high priestess. They have lost their connection to the Most High Divine. They can't get this sacred wisdom and knowledge anymore. Their cup is empty. They're out of ideas. They don't know what to do. They're trying to cast an illusion here over the mind, or they just want forgiveness for messing with society's collective mental body. The sun is here delivering justice with the law of cause and effect. This devil was not able to get a soul contract with the high priestess. She is here all about relationships that serve the higher good, and this devil is getting separated from it. The things you no longer need are falling away to make room for the love that you deserve. This devil energy is getting separated out. They can no longer be part of relationships that serve the higher good. The hermit is here, shining a light on the illusions that this devil has been casting or is trying to cast. And you've got a victory over that. You're triumphant over these illusions. It could be a secret triumph. Everything in divine order. There still is some sort of collaboration going on here. Unity. It could be that whoever's been working with you are secret, your backup, your spiritual team. You may feel their presence, but you may not know who they are. You know, and it's interesting to me that in this situation, like, you know, wise people don't show their faces, but not everybody's hiding, right? Not everybody's hiding. We've got neglect, secrets, patience. Everything happens in divine order. It could be the secrets are coming out regarding the collaboration of this devil to neglect others. The secrets are coming out. Everything happens in divine order. You have a victory over these illusions. The lovers are here. It's a deep love, a strength of two together. You're making plans for the future with your Four of Swords. You might be relaxing, in love, new love, Ace of Cups. You're okay, you're stable, and this Jezebel rival is upset about it. Reaching out for love, but love is eluding them. They didn't appreciate the beauty that you offered. They were trying to be a rival of this high priestess, and now they're imprisoned. They're restricted. They're in a nightmare. They're feeling hopeless. The emperor has confined them, has taken away their freedom. They have to accept the things that they cannot change. They don't appreciate beauty. They just appreciate conflict and betrayal. And all that nastiness that they do with their third party stuff, you know. They've lost. They lost. Somebody's broken and shattered because they've lost. They're a devil and they lost. The emperor is here. They are having confusion. They don't want to let it go. They're being stubborn. We've got reciprocity, and there's death to the bully, or there's an end to being able to bully. Whatever they did to others is coming back on them. And you know, the sad thing about it is like one of these devils did this kind of stuff to multiple people, and when that comes back on them as many times as they did it, it's gonna be that. I mean, many people didn't survive the 1 times 1 effort that they put forth, and if this comes back on them times 10, times 20, times however many, I don't know. Secrets. They have to be willing to both say and hear the truth. Someone is not telling the whole story. The bully is keeping secrets here. Lying. Bullying people. They're embarrassed. They were living beyond their means. They were living on stolen money, on stolen lives, on stolen energy, and stolen, effort that other people put into creating something beneficial in their world. So they're receiving an 8 of Cups abandonment. They're very disappointed. There is a reflection, a copycat here who is an empress reversed. And they have to surrender their need to control. Memories, minds, history. This person is an Agent Smith mental manipulator. things might be getting rocky for this person. Very rough going because of the history. The need for vengeance is in the history, said the divine. We've got a Knight of Cups. There could be some kind of love coming for this Queen of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, emotionally stable, financially fine. They are detached from this Knight of Cups, Mr. Romance, Mr. Charm. Take it as it resonates. They're under judgment. They're calling judgment. They are at the top of that mountain. They're about ready to go on an adventure. They're emotionally exhausted from dealing with this devil in their Empress reverse and deserve a break now. You're tired. You're tired of it. It's time for you to go on an adventure. Go have some fun. These people really wore you out. The Wheel of Fortune is here and turning. You're releasing the 10 of Wands burden. Temperance energy is being restored for commitments. You're happy about that. Somebody's in a natural disaster. Or maybe you're just laughing at the natural disaster that these ones did. No, somebody's drowning. Somebody's having a natural disaster. Whoever you detached from, they're going under. They're at risk. They're frustrated. You were their meal ticket. Over a year ago, Divine Mother in one of her aspects stated that they lost their dream come true when they came for you. You've got a star. You've got a star. You've got King of Pentacles in that Six of Swords boat. He's moving on. He's transitioning out of here. And there is a third wheel enemy being held back. They're frightened right now. They're having mental disturbances. They're in a mental trap. You're holding back your gratitude. You're not giving them. You're not thankful for them. You're letting them go. You're grateful that life is offering you a new opportunity. You don't have to hang out with this third-party enemy. Rabbit hole. You're not stuck in a rabbit hole. You don't have to deal with this crazy drama. You're thankful for that. Whoever this third-party enemy is, man, they're really going through it with the dark side. The light is gone. They're far, far away from you. Their energy is, and they've been found guilty for lying, cheating, stealing. They want forgiveness. Here they're trying to cast the illusion that they didn't mean to hurt you, but that is so far from the truth, man. They're crushed because everything is falling to pieces for them, and they're grieving. They're full of anxiety because you're being so aggressive. They're tangled up and unable to free themselves from a sticky situation. They're very childish. So, since the battle was won in the astral already, it's like those who have been living beyond their means, you know, they have access to other people's money, and they're using that money to actually attack other people. Like they're using the people's money against them. But you've got one, if not two emperors out here bringing the hammer down. You've got the sun. It could be the actual sun, or it could just be that there's a celebration and a rebirth because the law of cause and effect is in order, and they don't have a soul contract. This devil doesn't have a soul contract anymore with this high priestess. Oh, they're mad. They're real upset. Their cup is empty. They're fresh out of ideas. They don't want to do... I mean, the only thing that they can think of is to do physical violence. That's all they got, is physical violence. Love bombing and gaslighting. That's where they're going with it. Love bombing and gaslighting. It could be that they want forgiveness, or they're out there trying to do it. They want to love bomb and gaslight people. They're manipulating people's minds. This devil is casting an illusion over the minds, trying to be forgiven for whatever it is. They're an empty vessel. They're an empty cup. They're fresh out of ideas. All they have is love bombing and gaslighting. They can't connect to the sacred wisdom of this high priestess. They need a relationship. They keep talking about it. They keep talking about, will you recognize her? Like they're trying to send somebody in to recognize her and get an intimate encounter so that they can reattach themselves to her essence and energy and then manipulate it. Do away with her. Replace her. They're talking about a cheek mark. And I was thinking about that, it's like dimples or something that they can't really mimic, I mean, they can mimic tattoos, they can mimic other things like that, but dimples and such, they can't really mimic. They're going to try to love bomb and gaslight somebody, or they're trying to love bomb and gaslight whoever they're, tinfoil hat. They might be calling something a conspiracy theory. They're paranoid. They might be paranoid. They're being separated. They're okay. Come on now. Oh. All right. So you got the Hermit here, shining a light and doing some research on these illusions that this devil is trying to cast, and you're victorious and triumphed over it. There's some secrets here, or maybe there's just some things still hidden. Patience. Everything happens in divine order. There's a collaboration, a group of people who were not paying attention to what was important, and they caused a bunch of neglect in the world, and now they're getting told to F off. The Lovers are here, the strength of two together. They're making plans for the future with the Four of Swords. They're in the Ace of Cups energy. You are okay, you are stable, you're in harmony. And somebody, Jezebel here, is feeling broken and shattered about that. She's reaching out for love, and love is eluding her. She's being told to stay in her own lane. It may even have been announced how they actually feel about her. This is a rival bringing conflict to this high priestess. They're in a restriction. They're being restricted. They could be losing their sight, losing the magic of their hands. They are getting bound in some way from doing something. They are in a nightmare. They might not be able to sleep. I think they're having, I think their house is probably haunted. Their mental body, they're needing heavy sedation. They didn't appreciate the beauty of life. They need to accept the things that cannot change. There's confinement here. They're losing their freedom. They lost. They're having a nightmare over this emperor. The emperor is like restoring control over the foundation. This devil is trying to cast illusions with this love bombing and gaslighting. This emperor is a legend. This emperor is a legend. Podcast. It could be announced. There may be an announcement coming soon, or maybe something has been announced. There's either one emperor or two emperors. There is an emperor in the near future too that they're confused about. They don't know what to do. They cannot let it go. They just don't want to let it go. There's reciprocity. The law of cause and effect is in order. And this bully, there's a death to the bully, or there's a death to the opportunity to bully people. This bully may be embarrassed because it's over, or this is being brought to an end right here in the near future. And they weren't telling the whole story. There's a secret here. It may be secret. Like they may be trying to do it quietly so that the public doesn't flip out or something. I don't know. Take it as it resonates. They weren't telling the whole truth. Cult leader. Trauma bond. Secret. So this cult leader trauma bonds with people, and that's how they bully them. They do stuff in their mental body. They trauma bond with the mental stuff, and then they F over their lives and cast illusions about their lives, having access about their lives, trauma bonding with this. This is a terrible person. I don't feel one bit sorry for them. They were living beyond their means. They're disappointed. You're withdrawing. You're not. They're getting left behind. There's a reflection, Empress reversed, surrendering their need to control regarding the history, making your life rocky, or life could be getting very rocky for them right now, this person of privilege. Knight of Cups here, a knight in shining armor, a romance, Queen of Pentacles. She's financially stable. She's emotionally stable with the Queen of Cups energy. She's detaching from this business here. It could be that there's a new love that's actually coming into the environment for her soon. She's going to get detached completely from this business. Judgment is being called. She's tired. She deserves a break now. She deserves to go for an adventure. She has reached the peak of this challenge, and she's still standing. And she's detached. Like there's nothing they can do to hold her back. They can't keep her here. She's free to go. And not everybody's being very nice to this cult leader about it. This trauma bond, this mental trauma bond business that they get into, it's back on them. The oracle had raised a red flag. They ignored it. Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Cups could be an oracle, tired of dealing with this mess, ready to go on an adventure. There may be a red flag regarding this Knight of Cups. Wheel of Fortune is turning. You're releasing this 10 of Wands burden. Temperance energy is being restored to commitments, and to the happiness of them. Whoever these false privileged people are, they're going under. They're at risk. They're in a natural disaster. Everything's falling apart. Everything's falling apart. I guess she has to go take care of herself now, rather than ride on somebody else's energy. The Star, the King of Pentacles, and the Six of Swords boat, leaving this business behind. Third party enemy is being held back. They are frightened. They're in a mental disturbance. They're in a mental trap. It looks to me like the King of Pentacles star is grateful that they didn't get caught up in this crazy drama with a vampire. So King of Pentacles didn't get caught up with this crazy drama with that vampire. A feral, jealous person. They were jealous over this unicorn, this special energy. And they were, this fashion witch narcissist was trolling this energy, wanting to be seen as it. And they're triggered. This is a person who does the very least for the very most. And they're triggered by their shadow. Oh yeah, they're all the way in their shadow right now because this star seed is an influencer and they're getting the land back. This is a simp. They will do the most for somebody who cares the least. Now here's the thing. They're a simp. They'll do the most for somebody who cares the least. We've got a legend here, a billionaire status, empath. It could be that this simp is going to be a snack because you are a legend, you are an empath, and you've got a billionaire status. So rather than you being the snack, it looks like the simp is being the snack. It's dead. A feral simp is the snack, not this starseed. They have to go learn how to take care of themselves while they're in a mental trap of a nightmare. They have to go take care of themselves while living in a mental nightmare. Let's pull some of these. I mean, I guess they're going to figure out what they've been doing, you know, and that's like, you know, people, sometimes they do stuff and they know what they're doing, but they really don't know because they haven't been through it, right? Ten of Cups. Blissful family. The devil here is trying to cast an illusion of the mind. They want forgiveness here. Their cup is empty. They're fresh out of ideas. Look, love bombing and gaslighting an imposter. There could be an imposter coming up that they might be sending an imposter in. Negative imposter with a negative attitude trying to love bomb you. Hiding their true intentions. The sun is here delivering the law of cause and effect. We've got the high priestess here. This devil did not get a soul contract with this high priestess. She is in relationships that serve the higher good. Things that she no longer needs are making falling away to make room for the love they deserve. These people, they're crazy men. They're a tinfoil hat. They can't believe it. They want to make this out to be a conspiracy theory. They're getting separated from this high priestess. Grapevine. People are talking about it. There's some stuff going on. It could be that there's some conspiracies. They might try to start a conspiracy theory to try to dominate this scenario, casting their illusions. Take it as it resonates. The Hermit is here doing their research on these illusions, and you have a victory here, a triumph over this. There are some secrets, patience. Everything happens in divine order. There's a whole bunch of people here who neglected to pay attention to what was important, and now they're getting told to go get F. Nobody wants to deal with them. They're not nice at all. This is a cult leader who trauma bonds with people. We've got plans. Can we make plans to get together? And the answer is no. The Lovers right here, making plans for the future regarding love. You're stable, you're secure, you are harmonious. Somebody is broken and shattered, reaching out for love. Love is eluding them. They're being told to stay in their own lane. They need a safe space. But it's like, stay in your own lane. Get the heck out of here. They're being restricted for this conflict. And they're in a nightmare over this emperor. They didn't appreciate the beauty in the world or in others. They have to accept the things they cannot change. They're losing their freedom. They have lost, and there could be an announcement soon. The expectation, the intention is to have an announcement. Somebody's unfriendly and they're hostile over it. It could be that this will be announced. The truth of the matter may be announced. Maybe somebody's hostile, that somebody's announcing stuff. It could be this oracle raising red flags as to this love bombing, gaslighting crap, that they're an imposter. Somebody's really mad that this oracle is telling people that this love bombing, gaslighting, imposter devil hiding their true intentions. Yeah, they're mad. They're hostile about it because you're telling people, and they're getting confined. Like nobody wants to have anything to do with them now. They can't just freely walk among the people because you're telling the story. Emperor is here. They're confused. They don't know what to do about it. They cannot let go. They're getting reciprocity for everything that they did. There's death here for the bully, or there's death for this bully's opportunity to bully. This is a trauma bonding cult leader, and it's a secret. So it's a secret. And the secret is going to come out. We've got honesty here. They need to be true. They need to be honest about the secrets. They're a trauma bonding cult leader, and they have messed with the minds of people. It's coming out. They've been living beyond their means. They're obsessed with wealth, and that isn't theirs. They're disappointed. They didn't get it. The reflection here, the copycat, empress reversed, needs to surrender their need to control. There's the history here. This is a person of privilege, and things are getting very rocky for them. They're very envious of you. There's romance here coming in for the Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Cups. There's detachment also. It could be that there's detachment from this devil, empress reversed. There's red flags. Maybe there's this Queen of Cups, Queen of Pentacles is causing a detachment from these energies, and people are calling judgment on there because the oracle is raising the red flag. Tired of dealing with it. And there's a feminine out there, get this under control, handle this. So I don't know. They might be coming after an oracle. But you're tired, oracle, and you deserve a break from this now. You are at the top of that mountain. I don't think that they can actually keep you. There's nothing holding you back unless they do like a physical, nasty thing. But they've been known to do that before. The wheel is turning here. You're releasing that 10 of Wands burden. Balance, temperance energy is being restored to commitments and happiness. This BITCH needs to learn how to take care of herself in natural disasters. They are drowning. They're going under. They want help, but this is a trick. They have ill intentions. They don't have any intentions of... So whoever goes to help them will pay the price for this person's, they're going under, they're grabbing at straws, they're grabbing at limbs, they're going to pull whatever they can under with them. They're going under. They might ask people, how do you care for yourself? What did you do to get through this? And that's a trick. They will pull them under with them. We got a star, a star. King of Pentacles, Six of Swords, transitioning, leaving the third-party enemies behind. They're being held back. They're frightened. They're in a nightmare. They're in a mental trap. They could be having house hauntings. They're a vampire. This King of Pentacles is very grateful that they didn't get caught up in a crazy drama with this vampire. They could be seen as a star. We've got apology. Could be that this vampire is trying to apologize. They want to date. and travel. Somebody needs financial assistance. They got to get something off their chest. They want to apologize about a collaboration, and now they want to be friendly or something. Past tribe. They might want to apologize about their workings with the past tribe. We've got bad news and greed. Man, they're saying goodbye to love. Somebody's saying goodbye to love. They sabotage themselves. I'm going to go ahead and leave this one here. I hope that it clarifies something that you already intuitively knew. And I'll see you on the next one, everybody. Bye.